All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, box drop.
Spike 51, Mike 51.
X3, 218, chop, shoot.
From the gun, McIntosh. He's got Fuller. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And, this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
18, Gator. Hey, Zoo.
Operating from the gun, McIntosh. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Whitney, merciless. Drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Hey, motion backfield.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, and they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Throwing to start the drive. McIntosh eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. That's going to be an intriguing matchup to continue to watch. You don't get in the playoffs without having a good guy to cover out wide. If they want to move on, get in the championship, then the Super Bowl, he's going to have to be big in this one.
And this is not basketball where you're worried about your star getting fouls and getting in trouble and maybe not playing as much. You take your number 1 guy, put it on their number 1 guy, and try and limit their offense.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine a head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that. So, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Following the fumble recovery, McIntosh. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
they
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. McIntosh. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Faking the give. Now Watson. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. What people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They run forward with Hunt. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And avoids the contact by sliding.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. From the gun, McIntosh out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will make our score 9-0. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, bank at the 39-yard line. T.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
44 to Mike. 44, let's go. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. Check 24, check 24. Hey, 59.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Mike, 24. Here we go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Here we go on fourth. Watson flushed out right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 36.
On 2nd down, Samuels. Finding room inside the 40. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Check 4.
80 weapons. 5.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing again is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. That's taken in by Hansen, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
They're running it.
Now a play fake here on first down. forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. Throwing again. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd down. McIntosh. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. McIntosh. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Lead grip.
Operating from the gun. McIntosh. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
44, Mike. 54.
Watson to throw again. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. DeAndre Hopkins throws. He's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 76 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. McIntosh. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Tight right. Even. 4 down. Even.
Now.
Back to throw. McIntosh. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Get.
From the gun, McIntosh. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 30. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, high 7, 5.
2nd and 1. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the 2nd half of this AFC divisional round. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
At the 36-yard line.
Focus, set. 19.
You must be dreaming.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming press. Target.
Shoot.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Watch the twist.
Looking to throw on second down. McIntosh. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On the counter, here's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
8, read.
To throw on second down, McIntosh. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun, McIntosh. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
First and 10.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there.
26, Texans 7.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Off of play action, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson buying time to his left. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down. On 1st and 10, Watson steps away to his left. And he completes it to Hunt. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Check. 198.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. His throw incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To the air yet again, Watson. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans get a bit closer. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
They'll run again with Samuels on first down. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Toss play for Samuels. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. McIntosh. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Here's Samuels. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, McIntosh. He finds his target, Fuller. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run with Samuels, and this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because Him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all because...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
He's got a man, complete. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Watson. Open man is Hansen. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A gain there of 21 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Watson looks to throw again. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Snell yet again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready, ready.
Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go.
On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And a They'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Bravo. Ready?
Operating from the gun, McIntosh. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. With a catch made by Hopkins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. On 1st down, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
Hey, wahoo!
41's coming. 41's the mic.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for Jalen Samuels. Brings up 2nd.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's put that team on the hook.
Deep grip.
Throwing again. McIntosh. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, McIntosh. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.